Hey, wrestling fans. My name is Brian Crazy. You are watching the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in once again. I am back with my review of Money in the Bank 2012. The Money in the Bank pay-per-view took place last night, July 15, 2012, from the U.S. Airways Center in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a great event, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. Would I have liked to see some of the outcomes a little bit different? Quite possibly. But did I enjoy the event? Did I think it was solid? Was the wrestling solid? Yes. All these performers went out there and they put their necks on the line for us. And they deserve our respect. Regardless if we like the gimmicks, these wrestlers went out there and they gave it their all. The first match of the night was on the pre-show live, 7:30 on YouTube. We saw the tag team champions, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, square off against Unico and Camacho. This was a good match, a lot of back and forth action. And I was talking to a few buddies online during this event, and one of the points that I made was, wouldn't it have been interesting if they actually let the tag team titles change hands on the pre-show? One, it would have increased the draws for the pre-show. Not only we're just going to see a match, but we're going to see a match where something quite possibly could happen. And also, wouldn't that set the tone, the unpredictability for the night? Once we know, wow, the tag team titles can change hands on the pre-show, what else can happen here tonight? It would have increased buys for the pay-per-view, and it would have increased interest for the pay-per-view, in my opinion. And I believe that Unico is a phenomenal talent. He's one of the most versatile wrestlers that the WWE currently has. When he first came in, he was portraying the Sin Cara gimmick, and he was wrestling one style. As Unico, he wrestles a completely different style, and Camacho is a great athlete as well. If you saw any of his work down in FCW as Donnie Marlowe, and he is the son of a WWE legend. But Kofi Kingston and R-Truth were victorious at the end of the day, and they are still your tag team champions. But I can see what they're doing with this once we got a little bit later in the night. So once we get to that point, I will let you know what I mean. Then we saw the World's Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank ladder match. 8 superstars went in, only one walked out with the briefcase, and that man was Dolph Ziggler. There was an incredible amount of physicality in this match. There was some incredible spots. Christian hit his spear off the top of the ladder. Cody Rhodes hit an incredible move off the ladder. I mean, there was just some great spots. Dolph Ziggler ended up getting thrown into the announce position, flopping over the chairs. I mean, it was just a phenomenal. I mean, Sin Cara ended up getting powerbombed onto the ladder, very reminiscent to what happened last year. I mean, just a great match, close to 5 stars, 5-star match. I mean, one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches I've seen in recent memory. A lot of people were questioning, Damien Sandow, Laura Tensai, and a lot of these newer superstars, or like in the case of Laura Tensai, a returning superstar who didn't make that much of an impact on his first run. And the thing about it is Matt Blube is a phenomenal talent, the man who's portrayed A-Train, Albert Tensai. The thing is, I honestly don't think the WWE knows what to do with him. As soon as they start to give him a push, I don't know if they feel uneasy about it. It seems like the guy has been very loyal. I mean, in his first run, he was there, 5, 6, 7 years. And this run, he has pretty much accepted whatever they wanted, the Tensai gimmick, Tensai, Sakamoto, whatever have you, and he's gone out there and he's done his best with it. And I honestly just don't feel like they really know what to do with him. But tonight, in the Money in the Bank ladder match, it was incredible. Some interesting spots. It was just a great match. I could not say anything better about it. Dolph Ziggler is now the World's Heavyweight Champion, Money in the Bank briefcase holder. Then we go into the World's Heavyweight Championship match. Sheamus squares off against Alberto Del Rio, and Alberto Del Rio has attacked Sheamus a couple times in past weeks. It looks like Alberto Del Rio was going to have the upper hand going into this match, and he did work over Sheamus' arm for a good portion of this match, but at the end of the day, Sheamus was successful and retained the World's Heavyweight title. Post-match, Ziggler attempts to cash in the briefcase. Alberto Del Rio takes exception to this. So while these two are arguing, Sheamus ends up knocking out Ziggler and making it away with the World's Heavyweight title before the bell even rang. Ziggler is still your Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And then when I was talking about the tag team situation a little bit earlier on in this review, we get into a tag team match. It's the primetime players who are the #1 contenders for the tag team titles, but this is not a #1 contenders match. Those square off against Epico and Primo, and this is a good match. There's a lot of back and forth action. AW is definitely trying to distract Epico and Primo throughout this match. He's talking on his headset, and at the end of the day, Epico and Primo were successful. Primo picked up the win for his team, and Primo was one of the best wrestlers, tag team wrestlers going today. Every time Primo gets in the ring, I get, excited. I like to see his matches. They're interesting. They're always fast-paced. They're always moving. And honestly, I really would like to see more, and I'd like to see them regain the tag team titles in the future. But the feud with the Primetime Players is definitely good. And then they tied in another tag team feud to the Primetime Players. So not only are the Primetime Players feuding with Epico and Primo, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth were on commentary during this match. And what is with everybody wearing suits down if they are not wrestling a match? What happened to jeans and a t-shirt? I mean, come on, these guys are going to be wearing a suit after they're done wrestling a match at 10 o'clock at night? Really? I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me, but I notice little things, and I guess I should probably include those little things that I notice a little bit more in these reviews, and I think I'm going to start doing that. It's not like I'm picking fun at the product or making fun of the product. I enjoy the product for what it is. If you really don't like it that much, then don't watch it. Can you put out some constructive criticism? Oh, yeah, I love constructive criticism, even when it comes to my own product, the show that I produce for you guys here on YouTube. But the thing about it is, if you're just going to needlessly bash everything that this company does, then why are you going to watch it? Because at the end of the day, this is Vince McMahon's creation. He is a man that grew up in a trailer park that became what he is. Did he bury a lot of men along the way? He did. He did, but unfortunately, that's what happens in business, you know? It's survival of the fittest, and that's basically what human evolution on this planet has always been about, is survival of the fittest. And do I respect Vince McMahon for what he's done? Yes. Do I wish that some of the old territories still existed? Of course. What wrestling fan that knows the history of wrestling wouldn't miss great promotions like Crockett, like the Universal Wrestling Federation, like the St. Louis Wrestling Club? I mean, these are the AWA. I mean, if you know anything about wrestling history, these are some phenomenal promotions. But got to respect Vince McMahon for what he's been able to accomplish and the heights that he's taken professional wrestling to. I mean, he's taken it out of bingo halls and turned it into one of the biggest entertainment spectaculars of all time with WrestleMania and some of the other events that the WWE produces. But post-match, to get back to what I was talking about, we had Kofi Kingston and R-Truth sitting on commentary, and AW tries to pick a fight with R-Truth. R-Truth ends up throwing some water on him, and AW actually takes off his shoes and his headset, looking like he's about to fight, and this is when the primetime players pull him away. And the best part about this whole segment is R-Truth's actually trying to hold back little Jimmy. Absolutely hilarious. And I see a future fight between these two. Obviously, the primetime players are the #1 contenders, so there will be a future fight between these two, but they're just working on the storyline. Not only the primetime players, you know, feuding with one team, but they're now feuding with two teams, especially the team that they'll eventually be going after. Then we go into the WWE Championship match. We see CM Punk square off against Daniel Bryan with AJ Lee as the special guest referee. Midway through this match, AJ is knocked down. We get another referee. AJ comes back, and throughout this match, it almost looks like she's favoring Daniel Bryan over CM Punk. And then actually, especially after the match ends and CM Punk is successful, you really see that AJ is really questioning herself. Did she make the right decision? Did she choose the right superstar? Should she have counted Punk's pinfall? Should she have helped Daniel Bryan a little bit more? You could tell the look in her face, and especially when Punk just grabs the title out of her hands and goes and celebrates in each corner and kind of just ignores her. Then this segment ends with him kind of staring at her, and you can tell that maybe she's a little uneasy. What is going to happen on Raw tonight? I'm really curious. Well, at the end of the day, CM Punk was successful. He defeated Daniel Bryan in a 20-plus minute match. It was an absolute wrestling clinic and phenomenal, phenomenal match. Then we go into Ryback, 2-on-1 action, and he's not taking on enhancement talent tonight. He's taking on established WWE stars. In the last few weeks, he's fought Hawkins and he's fought Rex. Rex has probably been the one man that's actually taken it to Ryback. Rex is no joke. He's almost 300 pounds. We've seen him have some really impressive showings, especially when he first broke into the WWE, and Ryback actually took a couple licks tonight. You know, he got off his feet at a couple points. But at the end of the day, the machine was successful. Ryback defeated Hawkins and Rex, and he said those lines. And you could tell that the WWE Universe is starting to get behind him because the fans were chanting along, "Feed me more." Then we go into 6 Diva action. We see Caitlyn, Layla, and Tamina pick up the win over the team of Beth, Eve, and Natalya. Good match. A lot of good Divas talent in this match. The shame is it only went about 3-4 minutes. I would love to see more, especially when you got 6 incredible Divas out there. But it's already been a pretty packed card, and there is still a WWE Championship Money in the Bank ladder match to go, and we'll jump right into that. John Cena versus Jericho versus Show versus Kane, and the returning Miz. If you do not get to see the pay-per-view last night, the Miz returned. He was the 5th participant in this match. It was open to former WWE champions, and the Miz was a former WWE champion. And at the end of the day, John Cena was successful. Him and the Big Show were up on the ladder. A huge ladder. I mean, the thing was like gold, and it was like double thickness. I mean, absolutely insane. They were up on this thing, and Cena starts grabbing the briefcase and bashing Show in the head, and he ends up, you know, getting the thing free, and he's like, "Holy crap, I won the Money in the Bank." Now, was it predictable that John Cena was going to win the Money in the Bank? Yes. Eventually, we knew that John Cena was going to pick up the WWE Championship again. There's a lot of talk that, especially internet rumors, that he would possibly be picking it up at the Night of Champions pay-per-view, which will be in Massachusetts. But could they do something huge with this? Yes. Could John Cena being Mr. Money in the Bank be the right angle to go with? Quite possibly. I mean, you've already seen Jericho and CM Punk feud. So if they gave Jericho the Money in the Bank briefcase, we would have just saw a continuation of that feud, which, since Jericho served the suspension, it kind of seems like that's kind of been put on the back burner. Then if we saw Big Show win, Where would that have really gone? I mean, I could see Big Show as WWE champion. That's where it would have went. Same with The Miz. It would have been really refreshing for The Miz, but it seems like, from what I've been reading, The Miz is going to be reintroduced into WWE title picture regardless of the win at Money in the Bank or not. So there's a lot of questions going forward, and I guess tonight on Raw, some of those questions will be answered. Next week on Raw, even more questions will be answered going into SummerSlam, and I did enjoy Money in the Bank. I thought it was a great pay-per-view, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. I want to know your guys' opinions, and I want you to drop them below in the comment box. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for being loyal fans and subscribers of the F and Brand of Wrestling and Entertainment here on YouTube.com. I could not do it without you. Without you guys, the fans and subscribers, this channel would be nothing. So make sure, please, you got to hear some of my thoughts. Now I want to hear yours. Comment below, even if you only got a quick minute. Drop a couple words. I just want to hear your opinion of this pay-per-view and this review. Have a great day, and I'll catch you later.